Welcome back. In North Africa, the talks aimed at finalizing the details of the transition to democracy in Sudan have been postponed. One of the protest leaders say that the civilians need more time to reach a united vision. On Wednesday, the military rulers signed a deal with civilian representatives with an outline on what the transition will look like. The military ousted longtime President Omar al-Bashir in April after months of mass protest and has taken control of Sudan's government. Protesters have, however, remained camped on the streets, demanding the military hand over to civilians. Welcome to our Africa Tech segment today. A viral smartphone application, FaceApp, has gained popularity due to a filter that ages photo of users' faces. The artificial intelligence selfie editing app requires full access to the user's personal photos and data and has been raising concerns. One of the major worries is that the application uploads the photos to the cloud without making it clear to them that processing is not going on locally on their device. The CEO, Duchess ADX Limited, Chibuke Good News, joins us now on the program to tell us more about this viral app. Thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa today.
Yeah, the FaceApp is an app that uses AI to vary the features on your phone or the features on your face. So you upload a selfie to the phone and the app can add some font to it, add mustache, vary the clarity and make you look older, make you look younger. But it's intended for fun, not for anything.
Yeah, well, the first thing I have to ask you is, have you used the app yourself?
Yeah, I've used the app. It makes me look older than my age, and it makes me also, this is what I'm going to look like when I get old.
Okay, so well, since you've used the app, do you have any security concerns?
Like every other app out there, the security concerns are the same thing that applies to everyone. The app tells you that it picks your pictures and it can share it across the country. That's practically what they said in their privacy. It can share it across the country and it could be used for a number of other things. But I think the developers of the app had the intention of using those data for advertising, using those data for targeting. But the concerns people have is the fact that, okay, you're picking our data with the intention of understanding targeting behaviors and also our algorithm, but it can also be used negatively to match people's behaviors to their faces and for security breaches.
This isn't the first time this app has been, come into the light for controversies. 2 years ago, the app had a similar controversy, this time about ethnicity features. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, the concern right now is the fact that, one, it's coming from, they believe the developers of the app are from Russia. So, of course, the Westerners have this red flag when they see an app coming from Russia and picking tags. And they haven't also forgotten easily the Cambridge Analytica issue, where people's data were shared and used for campaigns. And also the fact that people have become more aware about privacy, thanks to the GDPR, where people talk about what you're going to use their data for, what they release their data to, and the level of data that is released and all that. And also the fact that some of those data could be used for fraud. It could also be used for investigations, and it could also be used by people that don't want to use those data.
Should we be worried, though? And how can we protect ourselves? Because this app, you don't have to be the one to give permission to. Anyone can just take your picture and use it on the app. Should we be worried?
We shouldn't be worried because, number one, the fact that you're using social media or you're using a number of apps, your picture is already there. And if you're using an Android phone, the mere having your email, your phone number, is enough to aggregate all that data that is needed to give an identity to the person. So you shouldn't be worried. But where the app had issues is the fact that the process of opting out of the privacy is quite difficult. Now, the GDPR stipulated that if you are going to opt out of a service, it should be a click of button. But this one requires that you need to write, you need to initiate a process that is practically going to take long and also may not be done. So the developers of the app would do better by just making the opt-out to be click of button.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't be worried that.
So there's that risk. So what advice would you have to people who want to use the app?
You can use the app. If you use the Facebook, if you use the Instagram, you shared your images.
Okay.
You shared
so
your
everything
name.
is basically out there already.
So it's basically out there already.
Okay.
So it's just that this one is coming from Russia, probably scared, but
yeah.
In Nigeria, when you are not subject of an investigation or you don't, you're not going to commit crime tomorrow, why should you be scared?
All right then. Well, while it has some negative, controversies, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to create an app which has gone viral like this. What do you think they can learn from this? Creating the app that goes viral and gets everyone's attention.
It's a marketing strategy. Getting an app to go viral is the dream of every app developer. And a number of apps that have gone viral have had to create some of these things in order for them to go viral. So some are intentional, some are unintentional. Like this is unintentional, but it is going to help the app to also grow. Just like when a particular app caused a problem and people were asking, what's this app? So a lot of people that never knew the app went to download it to see what it is. And that's practically what's going to happen here. Because people are going to say, my data, what data are you sharing? They will still download it and see what is there.
Yeah. All right. Then Chibuke Good News, CEO of Duchess ADX Limited. It's been a pleasure having you on Network Africa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, finally on the program, competitive arm wrestling is growing in popularity in Africa, where Alpha Sogoba's dream of becoming a champion is growing closer. Sogoba has participated in his first international competition in Mali after representatives from 12 African nations converged on the country to lock hands and compete for gold. Take a look.
Alpha Sogoba is fast becoming a well-known name in Mali's armed wrestling circuit. The 27-year-old who lives in the capital Bamako spends his days pumping iron and follows a rigorous regime drawn up by his trainer.
I have loved arm wrestling since I was really young. At that time, I couldn't lift weights, but I would go to all the events wherever they were. I would mimic the athletes' actions, and then I went for it. I started lifting metal bars. I didn't touch the weight plates. When you love something, you find a way and means to get it.
He recently took part in his first international competition, the African Armed Wrestling Championship, which Mali hosted this year. Established in 1977, the World Arm Wrestling Federation has a much larger number of followers in the US and Russia, but the sport is gaining traction in Africa. And more than 300 athletes from the continent, including Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast and Senegal, participated in the three-day contest. Sogoba missed out on the first place, but came third in his 80 kg category.
It's the first time I have participated in an African competition. All my matches before have been in the street. Unfortunately, I was eliminated in the semi-final. I prepared for this African Cup well and I was aiming for the trophy, but I was stopped in the semi-final stage. I am third, and this was not what I had been hoping for, but that is sport. There has to be a winner and a loser.
Sogoba said none of the referees spoke French or his native Bambara, leaving him in the dark over the rules of the game for international matches. But the athlete is determined to keep competing, living on a diet of beans, fried bananas and fish to build up his strength.
I think I'll try my hands in that sport. We'll see how it goes. Well, that's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. And Tenyola Shabuale. Bye for now.